Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going live, guys. It's Monday night. Woo! Guys, it's going to get a little bit crazy. Now, YouTube. Oh, there we go. We're going. YouTube's clock wasn't counting. That made me worried. Apologies in advance. If you're watching this right now on Instagram or after the fact on, sorry, I just need to adjust my mic on Instagram TV. I lent out my Gorilla Pod, which is, if you're into techie stuff, you know what this is. It's a little flexible tabletop tripod, and I normally I'm not even going to touch it because my Instagram machine's perched nicely, but it's normally higher. So what you're actually getting is sort of, it's not quite the unflattering like from right under your chin, but like you can see I'm putting on a little weight while I've been off work because I normally walk a lot and I haven't reduced the amount that I drink or eat. So, you know, packing on a little bit of the old, people were talking about the COVID pounds. This is the broken ankle pounds. It'll come off. Don't worry. People hate that about me. I can, because I walk so much, drop weight fairly quickly. Anyway, not a flattering angle on Instagram. I am sorry, but I'm glad you're all here. Hey, look, I think there was Christmas lights up last week too. Can you see the Christmas lights? If you're watching a video, you can see the Christmas lights. And because it's that time of the year, well, good golly, guys, I've been teasing this one out because I've been excited about it. I've got a real exciting banger of not just a beer, and that's the exciting thing. We're tasting two things tonight. Not one, but two. What do you make of that? What I make of it is we're drinking this beer from the Second Wedge up in Uxbridge. Now, I was just up in Uxbridge this past week. My motorcycle is going to overwinter in friend of the pod, Josh L's garage. So if I haven't completely doxed him yet, then it will be safe. But if I have and I've forgotten, well, you know where to go to steal my motorcycle. Top secret, it's not running. You're going to have to bring a trailer. But I was up in Uxbridge. Josh L very kindly hopped over. He lives very close to Second Wedge, a few blocks. Hopped over to Second Wedge, picked up a real smorgasbord of delightful beers. We had a couple together. It was nice. Safely, guys, my motorcycle's in his garage. We had the garage door open. I wasn't inside. We weren't hanging out. He's not part of my bubble. I also realized that we're not really meant to be traveling a lot except for, you know, really important things. I think putting my motorcycle into storage for the winter, that counts. So just saying, just being safe the whole time. I promise. Being a good kid. Don't worry. Variety of beers, including this one. And I'd seen this on the socials and was excited, not just about the beer, but about what you're going to find out about the beer. So this is, as I said, Spice Factory from the Second Wedge Brewing. Nice label. I like their labels a lot. Kind of very simple, very clean. Not quite minimalist, but very just sharp, clean. I like it. What is this? This is their winter warmer. Now, I'm not going to read the back of the label, and I have been putting it off. Now, I've had a couple of these, so I have been thinking about them, but I haven't read the label yet. I don't know too much about it. I know it's a strong winter warmer, 7.5% alcohol. It's called Spice Factory, and it does taste like there are spices in it. I'm going to see if I can pick any of them out other than just generic spice. But what's really cool about this beer, because I don't want to bury the lead here, is they make it in a big old batch, and then they share some of it to their friends at Hurtberry Farms, which is, I'm assuming, also in Uxbridge, or at least near Uxbridge, maybe Port Perry or something. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see. Doesn't really say. Probably says somewhere if I looked it up. But Hurtberry Farms. This is a farm. They grow hot peppers and make hot sauces. This is the Spice Factory hot sauce. All I know is it's a hot sauce, and it's got some of this beer in it. Crazy? Yeah, I'm excited. So we're going to start. I'm going to drink the beer, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. And then we're going to do a hot sauce tasting, which is a world exclusive first for the Toronto Beer Podcast, which, by the way, is world famous in Ontario. So Just putting that out there. Anyway, let's get into this. This is Spice Factory. That's an affirmative sounding clunk chunk junk. I like that. Just coming out of the can, I can smell it already. Now, this glass, I'm not making any assurances. Straight off the shelf. Didn't even wet it. So we'll see how clean it is. Might be dirty. We'll see. Looks pretty good, actually. Seems to be my lot, is that if I make an effort to clean the glass, then it's dirty as hell. But if I just grab the nearest glass off of the shelf, oh, it's in a Goose Island glass, just in case, product placement. Goose Island gives a lot of free stuff away. Shirts, glasses, bottle openers, etc. I have a lot. What are we looking at? This is, if you're not looking at a video of it, it is it's appearing in the video fairly brown. To my eye, it is. I'm holding it obviously against the computer screen. I can see it's a nice chestnutty brown with it's tending towards a little bit of red. It's touching on the red side, but it's very much a brown beer. But hints, glimmers, you might say, of crimson, if you were so inclined, and I think I am that inclined. Not a ton ahead, but I didn't make a special effort to pour a heady beer. Again, I haven't intentionally stuck my schnauzer towards this beer yet. I can already smell. I'm smelling oranges. I'm smelling spices. Definitely smelling something really malty. So, well, let's do it properly. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Oranges for sure. Spices that, again, spice cupboardy, but I'm going to go with clove. There's probably clove in there. And allspice. And then that's tricky. Clove and allspice, as soon as you smell them, I think your brain automatically tells you that you need to smell cinnamon too. I think I smell cinnamon, but I'm also aware that it could just be my brain playing tricks on me. By the way, looking at that's part of the problem. Why things sound funny? I don't have my headphones on. I was thinking my hair looks ridiculous in this shot. Oh, there you are. That's a lot better. Also, my hair doesn't look as ridiculous, so double whammy. Malty, though, like Munich, I think. Munich or maybe Vienna, but I think Munich. I think it's got some Munich malt in there. Curious to see if it says on the label. I haven't read it yet, and it's been eating me up inside. I also haven't had any of this hot sauce, and it's been in my cupboard since Thursday or whatever, or Wednesday, or I can't remember what day. It's been a long couple of days. Back to the beer. Definitely a notable caramelly malt, and I think Munich, but could be Vienna. And then yeastiness, that's interesting. Maybe a little touch of sulfur, which makes me think that it just says it's a winter warmer. Again, I haven't read the back yet, and it's 7.5. My expectation is that it was going to be sort of like an English strong ale, which malty-wise fits fine. You wouldn't typically get that little sulfury bit. That makes me wonder if actually what it is it's a Doppelbock, if it's a German style. With some of those German lager yeasts, and especially at the higher alcohol, when they've been a little bit more active, it's not uncommon that you get just a hint, a whiff of sulfur. Not sulfury. It doesn't smell like stinky eggs or anything like that. There's just a touch of sulfur. You'll get it in some Godspeed beers. You'll pick up a touch of sulfur in some of those lagers, and that should be there. That's very much to point. I get a little whiff of that, I think, but that it could be the spices maybe just playing little tricks on my brain or my nose or both. Anyway, I'm sick of talking about the smell. Let's drink it. I mean, if that doesn't have Munich malt in it, I'd be surprised. It's got something caramelly in it for sure. It's interesting, that orangey note on the nose. It's almost more like dried orange peel on the palate. It's not like fresh, juicy, citrusy, sticky. It's more like warming, mulling spice kind of dried orange kind of taste. Again, a touch of yeasty, maybe sulfuriness. That's an interesting thing. I want to know more about this beer. And then the spices, and there's a notable spice presence. It's not overbearing. And again, with cloves and stuff, you got to be careful because they they punch above their weight. So what spices? There's definitely allspice in there. Pretty sure clove, almost positive. I'm not as convinced about cinnamon now. Like I say, it's tough. I want to trust my palate, but I also know the way that my brain works. And I'm afraid that there's just going to be like clove and allspice. And then I'm going to think, well, there's got to be cinnamon in there, and there won't be. I think there is cinnamon though. I think there is. I'm gonna back myself on this one. So yes, there's cinnamon in here. Not super boozy. 7.5% is not that high. Not really any alcohol, heat. And again, winter warmer. Sometimes you want that of the alcohol, the vapor kind of hopping you in the nose or whatever. This one certainly doesn't do that. Where you're getting it more, I think, is a little bit medium bodied. It's got a bit of weight to it, which is quite nice. And it's got a heartiness or a sturdy quality to it between the spices and that oranginess and that very caramelly malt. It feels like it's got some balls to it, you know? That's a terrible phrase, by the way. I realize that that's sort of patriarchal because I'm pretty sure it's talking about having testicles. That's not how I tend to think of what I'm using it like, but I realize that's probably how it's actually originally used. So maybe I need to do better. It's got a real punch to it. It's not particularly sweet. It's quite malty, but there isn't a lot of sweetness on the tongue. Yeah, mostly spiciness. Actually, there's a bit of the hop on it's almost a little tannic. It's not a very hoppy beer at all. And again, that also could partially be the spices. They can kind of add a drying kind of character to a beer. But I mean, there has to be hops in it by law, even if it's just a teeny little bit. That has more than a teeny little bit. It's not a hoppy beer, but there's an herbal sort of tannic quality that I think is the hops coming in at the end. The finish, it doesn't linger very much. You get a bit of that caramelly malty sweetness, a bit of the spices, and then yeah, that again, not sticky, but just kind of tannic dry finish. Quite nice. Quite a nice beer. Winter warmer, as they say. I could see me, sitting, by a fire in the snow or something, gathered around the ski chalet, something like that. Drinking that. That is tasty, tasty. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the can. I'm going to talk about, should I talk about food or should I eat the hot sauce first? I'm going to talk about food, then we're going to do the hot sauce. But we're going to go to the can first. So Spice Factory, Second Wedge Brewing, 7.5, winter warmer, strong beer. What does it say on the back? Actually, not a lot. There are words. A rich, warming, spicy strong ale that's been brewed specially to complement the flavors of the seasons. There is ingredients. So, there isn't clove. There's nutmeg and ginger. And so all of that time I spent, and there's cinnamon, by the way. Sorry. So the ingredients are water, barley, hops, yeast. No surprises there. Fresh ginger, orange peel, nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice. So I think what's happened there is what I was worried was going to happen happened, but it didn't happen with the cinnamon. It happened with the clove. My brain tasted those things and just a little some synopsis or something connected in a way that it isn't actually supposed to and said, you're tasting clove. And I wasn't. I was just tasting ginger, nutmeg, which I didn't pick out. Didn't pick out either of those. And ginger often I pick it because it gets a little soapy sometimes in beer. Yeah. I don't have trouble believing it's there, but it's not strong enough that I get it. It's actually, I actually think that there's something to be said complimentary that the blend of the spices is good enough. It's balanced enough that none of them particularly pop out. Allspice, that was the first thing I smelled, first thing I tasted. But other than that, again, I thought there was clove. There wasn't. I wasn't sure if there was cinnamon, but I thought there was. There is. So I'd say pretty well done, well balanced. This is interesting. I wonder if it was dried orange peel, as I think, or if it was fresh orange peel. Maybe it was. Since I am no expert, why the hell are you listening to my podcast? I'm not that much of an expert, so just lending some insights. Very tasty though. Very cool beer. As I say, now I want to find out more. I want to find out what style it is. If it's an old ale, like an English strong ale, or if it's a doppelbock, I'm not sure. Very nice caramelly malt to it, regardless of what it is. What would you eat with it is a very interesting question. It's going to do well. I mean, with the classics, like a beef stew or something like that. We just talked about that though a couple of weeks ago, so we don't need to go there again. You know what? This would be a really good cheese beer. What cheese would you want? Something with a bit of oomph, but not like, we're not getting into the cheddars and the Beamster XOs and stuff. Oh, you know what would be really nice? Spiced Gouda. A spiced Gouda would go really nicely with that. Gouda is typically spiced with caraway, which is obviously different. It's not one of the spices in the beer, but it will. I think they'll play well together, I suspect. And then again, that sort of dry kind of tannic quality, as well as the spices, will help cut through some of the weight of the cheese. Gouda is not a particularly weighty cheese, but it is cheese. It's made out of milk fat, so it isn't light. I think that would work really well. I think I would enjoy a drop of this beer with a nice little piece of spiced Gouda. Makes me wish we had spiced Gouda in the fridge, because if we did, Erica would probably show up in a few minutes with a little wedge of it for me, but we don't. So she's not showing up with cheese. So poor me. Poor her. She loves spiced Gouda, especially this time of year. Very Dutch. Have a bit of spiced Gouda at Christmas time. If you're British, you want Stilton with port. If you're Dutch, you get spiced Gouda and avocat, I think is how you say it, which is a weird cream-based liqueur that also has raw eggs in it. That's how I feel about that. I am so ready for this. Let's do this, guys. Oh, I was going to bring a little spoon, but that's okay. I can just use my finger. So what do we got here? This is the Spice Factory hot sauce from Hurtberry Farms. Again, a lot of information on the back. Haven't really read it over yet. I don't even know. It says it's a spiced, smoky, Reaper hot sauce. So I haven't even read that far. I suspect this is going to be pretty hot. It's got Reapers in it. So we'll see. So here we go. We're going to open it up. I have actually thoughtfully tasted hot sauces before. I haven't done it in a while, and I wasn't doing it straight out of a bottle. They were all in little ramekins, little pretzels, and little sort of caviar type spoons for scooping and such. This one we're going, I mean, I'm not going to neck it. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to use my finger. I'm classier than that. Ooh, okay. So on the nose, I mean, there's definitely Carolina Reaper in there. That really nice, fleshy hot pepper smell. I don't know if this is something you can picture. It's not Scotch bonnet. Scotch bonnet has a very distinctive pepper quality to it. This is more like the other big bad boys, like Reapers and Scorpions and Habaneros and that sort of stuff. But there's a very peppery, fleshy, peppery quality to those peppers. And I get a lot out of this, which bodes well, because it means that there's probably real Carolina Reapers in it, as opposed to like an extract of just the capsaicin, which is the spicy part. So it's smoky for sure. Not like charred smoky, but there's a nice, well, you know what? It smells like chipotle, which is, I think, what it is in there. Oh, no, it just says spiced smoky Reaper. I'm going to guess that the smoky part's chipotle. Very nice. My neighbor upstairs has just texted, can we hear any weird noise right now? Well, I have headphones on. But no, I can't. She's not listening to this podcast anyway, I don't think. So. Oh, hi, the Second Wedge. I just drank the beer. The Second Wedge has just joined. We're doing the hot sauce now, but I'll talk about the beer again in a minute. I'm not dancing around this, guys. I'm not afraid of hot sauces. I just am really interested in this. Yeah. trying to see if I can get any of the notes of the beer out of it. Not on the smell. And again, not out of this little bottle opening. So let's just... So this is a very professional way, showing you in the thing. I've jammed my finger into the neck. I've tilted the hot sauce until it's contacting my finger. I'm pulling my finger out, giving another... Oh, actually, I can smell some spices once it's out of the bottle. Nothing specific, but sort of a spicy kind of quality. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's got some pop to it. It's sweeter. Pardon me. Sweeter than I was expecting it to be. Whew. Yeah. I'm going to have a sip of the beer, and then I'm going to have... oh, yeah, Second Wedge is saying, be afraid. It's definitely hot. That was a very small amount. My mouth is definitely tingling. I've managed to maintain my voice, though, so that's positive. Very interesting. Interesting to know what it just did to the beer. I get no spices out of the beer now. Caramel malts for sure. A lot more of the tannic quality, which again, I thought was the hop. Second Wedge is here now. Let's just do a quick sidebar. Hi, guys. I was saying I wasn't entirely sure what the style is. I was expecting it to be like an old ale or like an English strong. But it seems that there's, I think, Munich malt. Is there Munich malt in there? There's a very caramelly quality to it. And it made me start wondering if maybe, in fact, what it actually was like a Doppelbock. Also, I got a little whisper of sulfur off the yeast, which I quite like, but also made me go kind of more German than English. But I don't know. You guys can weigh in. Is it German? Is it English? Is it neither? Is it just sort of a old ale? I don't know. You tell me. Very tasty beer. So mouth is doing okay. Still singing. I brought some nachos. I want one more unadulterated taste. I'll show you actually how we do it in the restaurants back in the day. Either out of a bottle, squeeze bottle, or off a spoon. You drop it on the back of your hand, and then you lick it off, because then you can wash your hands, but you haven't touched the surfaces of your hands. So it's like not super gross that you just licked your finger. If you ever see a chef licking their finger and sticking it in a pot, that is not a place you want to eat. That's disgusting. So that's what we're going to do here. Back of the hand. Ooh, hey, oh, okay. I'm trying to make it so everybody can see the video. That's like a teaspoon of sauce. It really came out. I don't have any napkins. Okay. Yeah. It's hot. Okay. Amazingly sweet. Like a notable... Oh, it's hot. A notable sweetness. Okay. Ton of heat. It's not painful, though. It's just very hot. So I need a sip of beer. 1 second. Oh, I'm getting all... My mouth is reacting. I'm getting a ton of saliva going. I knew you wanted to hear that. Totally cool. Spicy. Smoky. Spicy in both the picante and also spices, which I would expect. It's a bit of a creeper. Also, my hand is tingling, so it's okay. Yeah, it's hot. This is that was probably excessive. I mean, I got a really good taste of it, but that's not cool. I need another sip of beer. Very tasty sauce. Really nice. Tomato. I think there's tomato in there. I'm not sure if that's the sweetness I'm getting. There's definitely Carolina Reapers because my mouth is quite hot. And it's smoky for sure. Still a lingering sweetness. Okay. I feel like Chili Klaus. You guys know who Chili Klaus is? I'm going to start hiccuping and snapping my fingers by my ears. No, we're good. We're good. I brought some chips. Oh, I'm getting a ton of information from Second Wedge here. So should have brought some tissues. Then I could have wiped off the sauce on my hand and not eaten all of it. But I did. And so should you. Hot sauce is good for you. It's invigorating. Okay, here's what we got from Second Wedge. They always do hybrids, they say. And so winter warmer / English style, not coloring inside the lines. Cool. There is some Munich Carabelge. Oh yeah, makes sense. And toasted barley too. Oh, that's interesting. Toasted barley. I can't really smell much anymore. What I get now is sweet and tannic. Yeah, and they said they're very glad I tasted the beer first. Me too. I don't taste much now. It's cold. It's wet. It's malty, and there's, I think, some sort of tannic hop. Who knows? I don't know anymore. I did bring some nachos, which is maybe how that bigger drop should have been consumed. I'll have another. We'll try it on a chip and see what happens. Because I'm a glutton for punishment and for hot sauce. Or as Bob Bloomer put it in the title of his cookbook, which is a fantastic cookbook. Man, my hand is really itchy. That's not the name of the cookbook. It's a glutton for pleasure. I like that. That's a good idea. I'm a glutton for pleasure. Hot sauce, nacho. Let's do it. I'm regretting this decision already. It is uncommonly sweet. Okay. That's no. Yeah, no, it's definitely hot. Yeah, William at hops makes sense. Earthy, a bit tannic. Not bad. Very, very sweet. Right off the top, right away. Very okay. Now I'm gonna go to the label. Oh, I feel like an old man. I can't read this thing. It's too dark in here. Hurtberry Farm proudly present. There's a lot of writing here. Blazing heat. Oh, pardon me. Roasted plum tomatoes, onions, and garlic. Okay, tomatoes for sure. And onions and garlic's believable. That should be in every hot sauce, I think. Blazing heat from Carolina Reaper chilies. I'd call that pretty blazing, pretty hot. Smoky chipotle, spruce gum resin. That's interesting. Okay, everything's. Oh, I thought everything was coming down, and then I had a mouthful of beer, and it took some more hot sauce and put it in my throat, and I brought it back up. Okay. Organic grade A. Oh, dark maple syrup. That's exactly what it is. There's definitely maple syrup in here. Pleasingly sweet. Orange peel and cinnamon. Pair perfectly with the malt, ginger, nutmeg, and allspice. Oh, of the ale. A lot of organic ingredients in here. I like to see that. GMO free. Low sugar. Interesting. Low sodium. Love that. Very good sauce. Hurtberry Farms, well done. That's a good hot sauce. I'm gonna make good use of that. I like it a lot. I'm not having another chip though. I don't know if I'll be able to talk if I do that. Not bad. That's a good sauce. Sorry. I like that. I like that a lot. I need to stop saying that. Okay, kids, what have we learned tonight? Okay, yeah, what did we learn? Well, Spice Factory from the Second Wedge Brewing in Uxbridge. Beautiful can, delicious beer. Nice spices, orangey. Very nice caramelly kind of malt quality. I thought I was sweating for a minute. I think I'm just, no, that's just the reflection on my skin. Nice beer. Not boozy, but sturdy is what we said. Warming. I like it. Have it with some spiced Gouda. Probably be perfect. Okay, and then we had Spice Factory hot sauce from Hurtberry Farms. It's hot. Also very sweet. Unexpectedly, but very pleasingly. I like a hot sauce that surprises you. Here's the thing about hot sauce. It's not really that hard to make a hot sauce that makes you want to die. Nature has provided ample peppers, and then smart people have crossbred them and made them even crazier. You can make obscenely hot sauces with nothing more than a visit to your local Loblaws or grocery store of your choice. I need a sip of beer. However, making a hot sauce that actually tastes nice and interesting, that's special. I like that. My hand's still itchy, by the way. So it's definitely got a lot of capsaicin in it. And this one is a nice, well-made hot sauce. Sweet with the maple syrup. Nice touch. Unexpected. Especially, and in a way, actually, it's either giving you a false sense of security or else it's just trying to comfort you for the onslaught. But whatever it is, the first thing when it hits your mouth is you go, ooh, that's sweet. That's nice. Oh, it's pretty hot. Little smoky, little spicy. Don't, why am I doing this to myself? I was going to mention that I didn't necessarily get a ton of orange out of it, but maybe it's there. I just don't want to go looking for it. I'm happy with that, I think. I think that'd be really nice on some eggs. Be good hot sauce on a fried egg. It would be really nice in, it would go really well in chili if you wanted to just boost the heat of your chili a bit. You'd lose a lot of the other characteristics, but Lord knows it's got enough pop to add a little punch. Fine on a nacho. Highly recommend that. Now here's the deal. I don't know too much about all this. Well, Second Wedge is on. They're going to tell me if I say something wrong, hopefully. Unless they've tuned out, in which case we won't wait around. Sorry. Still dealing with excessive saliva. It's a defensive mechanism that your body does when you put something really spicy in your mouth. Spice Factory, available at Second Wedge right now. Assuming they still have it. Second Wedge, a lot like who we're doing next week, Little Beasts, Storm Stayed, 5 paddles. Definitely on the smaller size in terms of production scale. So a lot of the time, by the time I'm drinking the beer, it's already sold out, or it's almost sold out. But you wouldn't go wrong going in looking for this. If you can't get this, you know what else is really nice? Witch's Hat. I had some of that. I like that. Black IPA. Sorry, still dealing with the phlegm and whatnot. But check that out. Really nice. I know a friend of the pod, Josh L., got this at the brewery, but I'm pretty sure he told me it was one of the last bottles. So you could check at the brewery. Second Wedge says coming to the LCBO this winter too. Select stores. So check out your LCBO. If you can't get this at the brewery, you can look up Hurtberry Farms. Even if this one's out, which would be a shame, it's delicious. This is the only one of their sauces I've had, but unless it's a complete outlier, they seem to make some pretty tasty sauces and spicy. Still working through. So check them out. Hurtberry Farms, probably.com, you would hope. Hurtberryfarm.com. So check them out. And, they're going to be up all on the socials and everything too. Very cool sauce. Cool beer. Beer's in the sauce. We love it. That's great. One more sip and I'll be back and we'll wrap up because it's gone late and my mouth is spicy. I just noticed Josh L. has been making some comments. I didn't even notice. I was too busy trying not to die. Oh, he says, try again. Maybe it won't be hot the third time. Fool me once, Josh L. Shame on you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Beer? Yeah, this is delicious. Check out Second Wedge. Love these guys. Really wish I got up to Uxbridge more often. I'm gonna have to make an effort to go hang out with Josh L at his house more often rather than making him drive down here. Also, the drive up Lake Ridge Road, beautiful. It's amazing on a motorcycle. One of the nicer north-south rides from the city. I wasn't in my motorcycle. I had my motorcycle in a trailer. It was still very beautiful. So highly recommend. Uxbridge, beautiful little town. Lovely little place. I would suggest visiting. Not now, if you're in Toronto. Unless you have a reason, like you're dropping your motorcycle to your friend's house. Don't go. We don't want to take our COVID and give it to them. But when this is all over, highly recommend. Uxbridge, beautiful place. So, what have we learned? It's hot sauce. It's tasty beer. Available at the LCBO. Select stores. Look it up on the app, whatever. And check that beer out. It's really tasty. Great winter warmer. I like it a lot. Next week, I've got some bottles that I got in from this past week's fake local, is that what we're calling it? Delivery from Little Beasts. And I haven't decided which one yet. There are 3 beers, all of which are Imperial Saisons that were barreled, but the Freya is that. And then the Odin is that with nectarines, maybe, or something, a fruit. By the way, it's Chardonnay barrel. And then Balder, which is that, but on peaches. And I got to tell you, I was thinking I was going to do the Freya, but that Balder with the peach, man, you put a peach in a Saison, in a Chardonnay barrel. I know I talk about liking the Hazy Boys a lot, but man, that sounds pretty appealing. Not going to lie. Sorry, I'm getting congested. So that's what we're doing next week. I don't know which one. If you got an opinion, message me. Slide into my DMs, as they say, or use any of these things, these social media things to contact me. I'm not hard to find. At Toronto Beer Blog or at Chris Schreier, Schryer. Hit me up. Tell me which one you think I should go with. No fruit or peach? I can tell you. They're right here. We've got, this is Odin. Imperial Saison with berries aged. Oh, and Cab Sauv barrels. I might be losing my mind here. Might be the hot sauce talking. And then we've got, this is the Balder. Baldir, I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it. Imperial Saison with peaches in Chardonnay barrels. It's winning the race right now, but you do have the ability to sway my opinion. And lastly, here's Freya. Far and away one of the nicest labels. Freya is Imperial Saison aged in Chardonnay. So this is the Balder's this with peaches. Odin's different. It's in a different type of barrel. And it also has berries. So hard to say. But I'm leaning towards the Balder right now. But I know Aaron, who makes these beers, loves Freya. And I do like to, when a brewer tells me that they're really stoked on a thing, I tend to just be like, yeah, let's do that. If you're stoked on it, I'm going to be stoked on it. You know what you're talking about. That's why you make it. Oh, Second Wedge has already voted for the peach. So we got one already. And my votes count for like 1,000. So we need a lot of votes to knock that one off. I got to run. If you are watching this live, but you also listen to the podcast, lately, especially because I'm not working right now, I've been putting it out in the morning. So it might be a little bit late getting into your feed. Sorry. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. See you, not see you. Don't know how that stupid phrase has slipped into my general usage, but there it is. And I did catch it again. I'm not going to see you. I mean, if you make comments, like, oh, I got to get my finger in the camera. I see those, but I don't see you, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. I don't feel I need to see you. I like that you get to see me if you want to. And the beer that I'm drinking, in this case, I almost said Spice Farm, Hurtberry Farm's Spice Factory. Delightful. So, still feeling the spice here, guys. Not going to lie. Let's hang out again next Monday. How does that sound? I think it sounds pretty good. Next Monday, we're going to do, I just said Little Beasts, and we haven't decided which one, but Balder is definitely in the lead right now. Week after that, I believe, is the last week of school before the holidays. And of course, Christmas is coming at that point. I think I'm going to leave it one more week. I'm going to do it on the 21st. It'll be the Christmas extravaganza. I don't know what that is even going to look like yet, but it'll be something. Sorry, wasn't expecting that to happen. Got that. I wonder, next week, Little Beasts, what if in that gap week, which I think works out to be the 14. Oh, wait, that is the 21st. Okay. I might have a Christmas present for everybody, but I got to see if I can make it work. And if I can, it's going to be fantastic. So until then, be well, take care of each other. As noted, please obey the government and public health guidelines. Stay in if you can, only go out if you need to. Make use of all of our brewery friends doing local delivery, whether it's actual local or if it's like Storm State and Little Beasts and the others who periodically do not local delivery. Whatever it is, please support them. It's crazy, but here we are again. Did you see in sort of early October, there was like a meme going around and it was like, this is your 12-week warning. If we can't have Christmas dinner with our friends, it's your fault. Apparently not enough people saw that meme. So looks like we're locked down for Christmas, and that's just going to be how it's going to be. So please support, especially local breweries, local restaurants and bars if you can, if you've got the money to order in from them, please do. They need everything they can get. Gift cards, great. Hey, you giving gifts this year? Give somebody a gift card. Order from a bar or a restaurant, get your dinner, throw a gift card on it as well. Give that to somebody else. That'd be great. Please do that. Support the people you care about because they need it right now. And yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be safe. And yeah, talk at you, the usual after 9 p.m. next week. Bye.